Welcome, everybody. Once again, we are here again. Make Your Point podcast, hosted by me, Chris Henderson. This is season 1, episode 6, and today we are going to talk about the FBI catching several of the rioters, the protesters, the insurrectioners, whatever you want to call it, on the Capitol building January 6th. As everybody know, January 6th will go down to one of those days that will be in the history books forever, as a group of individuals from different sides, from different ideologies, stormed the Capitol building and took it over for several hours. Right, different groups had different plans and ideas to what they wanted to do inside the building, from you know murdering, capturing politicians, vice presidents. Others just want to be in the mix. Others want to capture evidence and look at paperwork. I mean, there was a wide range of things that people want to do on January 6th, running into the Capitol building. But those that have, a lot of them have been caught, and there's plenty more to go in that area. So let's look at it. Today's argument is that the FBI's search to find those January 6 rioters that went inside the Capitol building is becoming successful. However, the charges that they're able to place upon these suspects are very minimal. Now, as we know, right, January 6th was that day that hundreds, maybe even thousands of people took over the Capitol building for several hours. And in doing so, on that day only, the Capitol Police, the National Guard, I'm not sure whoever else, arrested about 60 individuals. And there were thousands of people there. And then so in order for them to hold accountability for the rest of the people, those that were inside, those that they did not be able to arrest because of the lack of manpower, the FBI took over the case in searching and finding and arresting these individuals. The great thing about what happened is that digital media is huge. There was so much evidence on cameras inside the building. There was tons of evidence on cameras on people's phones. There was tons of evidence of live streams, social media posts that people put out that had their face, that had facial recognition, right? They used that. They used live stream. They used satellite GPS on their phones to help locate if they were in the building, around the area. And then also tips from family, friends, co-workers that helped identify who these individuals were. Currently, right now, there's over 200 cases filed, and I think there's been, to the current date, about 140 arrests. Charges mostly pertain around entering a restricted building, violent entry, disorderly conduct, and theft. So those are the charges that broad range of charges that have been placed upon these individuals that arrest. To me, they're kind of minimal. In some cases, they're looking at conspiracy to harm, and things of that nature. But because of the lack of action, the lack of what went down in terms of what they did inside the building, their hands are a little bit tied in terms of trying to press and prove those charges. So it's mostly been about restricting a building, entering a restricted building, violent entry, disorderly conduct, and theft. So let's look at and go down a list of several people that they have arrested so far that you've seen on the mainstream media and television and social media, and who they've caught. So they've caught and arrested a man carrying the Confederate flag in the building. They've caught and arrested a man carrying Nancy Pelosi's desk. I'm not sure if he got it outside the Capitol or he just picked it up, got it outside from the chambers, from her office, and into the hallway. They arrested the two men that had plastic holding restraints inside the chamber's office. They arrested a left-wing activist, a black male that identifies with the um, Black Lives Matter movement, but not with Antifa. He was seen saying, "Let's burn this all down," but also he stated that he was just there to record it, but he had no press release credentials. He's been arrested. There was a protester hanging from the Raptors in the chambers. That man has been arrested. The QAnon shaman, the one with the horns and the face mask with the fur, he's been arrested. The person that was chasing the black Capitol Police officer up the hallway has been arrested. And I want to show much congratulations to that officer, not only for his way of handling the situation, because how he deterred and lured the crowd up towards more reinforcements. It also lured the crowd away from Vice President Pence, who didn't get harmed, or who didn't get what's the word? He didn't get the chance to interact with those protesters. And much congratulations to him. He has now been promoted to, I think, assistant deputy of Capitol Police charge. He has been promoted to a higher level, and he was the man that walked Kamala Harris down the aisle in the inaugural day ceremony. So much congratulations to him for how he handled the situations and the promotion he received. A Proud Boy Hawaiian member leader, right, the leader of the Proud Boys in Hawaii, has been arrested. And one of the things that's interesting is that the Proud Boys are a white supremacist group, and I believe in immigration. But this Hawaiian leader is married and has children to a black woman. Just to throw that out there. The man that was sitting on Nancy Pelosi's desk and stole her mail, he has been arrested. And the West Virginia state legislator who just newly been elected, Derek Evans, he has been arrested, plus hundreds of more. So those the people that you've seen on television, on TV, a lot of those individuals have been arrested. And I'm thankful that the FBI is doing their due diligence, doing their due process, and using all the resources from facial recognitions to tips to social media posts to try to find, identify, and arrest these individuals. However, right, the charges that have been pressed, the charges that they are able to press is so minimum, even though they can face up to 20 years in prison, that lots of these individuals have been set free. So they have been arrested, have gone to the judge for their hearing, for sentencing here, not sentencing, for their hearing. They have either set a bail and posted bail and are out on the streets, or the judge has allowed them to be placed in the guardian of someone else, in some cases a parent, to watch over them. And these individuals have a reputation to hide and seek and run, right, and are a threat, right? They just invaded the Capitol building of a threat, but a lot of them are out on the street, out on bail, out to do whatever they want until their trial is to be heard, which I believe is something that we need to change with the judicial system, because people with lighter offenses who aren't able to afford bail or just don't get the opportunity to get bail are still in prison, or still in jail, waiting for their trial, waiting for their sentencing. While these individuals who's known to be in this group, this pool, and have shown actions to show some form of risk, are out on the street, out to do whatever they want until their case has been heard. But I want to show tremendous love for the FBI for what they're doing now, for stepping up, and for using all the resources to find and arrest and charge these individuals. Now it is the turn of the judicial system, the judges, the jurors, the prosecutors, the defendants, and everyone in between to do their job and help convict these individuals if the evidence shows and proves it, and help sentence these individuals to help deter and set the precedent for future occurrences of the same. I thank you for your time. This is Make Your Point Podcast by Chris Henderson. Like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear from you. Until next time.